second here. Okay, we're live. We are live on Instagram. Okay. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life.
Yeah.
Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
Cool. All right. All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Eric F. King here. How's everybody doing today? I'm excited. I have some world-class speakers and coaches here with me. Leah Garcia, Amberly Shreve, Annie Awesome, Cassandra Terry, and Zion Anaguru, who I'm putting in a second. All right. And it's funny because the guy that does our intro, I know him, right? So anytime I hear his voice, I'm like, man, this guy's voice is unbelievable. I wish I had a voice like his. But anyway. All right, monetizing your own voice. That's amazing. Anyway, so let's get started. Today we have an incredible topic, and I think it's gonna help a lot of people. It's gonna bless a lot of people. So if you're on, I want you to do a couple things. Number one, I want you to share it with some people. Okay, don't be here alone. Share this with some friends. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. So there's so many ways you can share this. All right. Also, I want you to participate. Okay. So put some information in the chat. Let us know who you are. I'm going to shout some people out and put some questions in there. Put some questions because we want to answer your questions. All right. So today we are talking about how to get out of your comfort zone and reach new heights. Now, did you know that most people, I don't know if you knew this, most people do not accomplish more than 30% of their potential in life. Studies have shown. And the number one reason is fear of doing what you're supposed to do, because they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. So before we dive deeply into this, I'm going to call upon our first speaker because she is one of the best I know at talking about the mindset you need to accomplish your goals and your dreams. Okay. She hails from Texas. She is an author, speaker, influencer. A lot of us know her, love her, and follow her. Today, she's going to be talking about mindset because she is a mindset coach. So without further ado, Cassandra Terry, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric. It is great to be back. I missed you guys more than you could know. As much fun as I had, there's no place like home, right? And so I am so glad to be back where I am somewhat comfortable, but where I also consistently stretch myself. But the beginning of mindset and comfort zone, it begins with a shift in your mindset. When we think about comfort, we think about the familiar, maybe a hug, a warm blanket. So within that place, that safety place, comfort is okay. But when it becomes the place where you stay, it means that you are routine, you're not stretching yourself. And I want to challenge you to think about comfort a little bit differently. A cage can be comfortable. As small as it may be, if you raise an animal in a small space, even when they're let out and they have the room to roam, they're likely to return to that space and never grow to their full potential. And when we live in our comfort zone, we're no different. We don't grow. We're that 30% that you're talking about, that's where it comes in. We miss 70% of the possibilities of what our life offers if we are afraid to stretch and move beyond the familiar, the comfort place. So began by thinking about it a little bit differently, not just as safety and warmth, but also as minimizing. If you don't stretch beyond, you never give yourself the opportunity to see what the true possibilities really are. So how do we begin that stretch? Let's start by thinking about first what it is we would really like to accomplish, and then creating small, actionable steps that will get you there. Not the routine, because the way we think and the things that we always do will only yield us the results of what we always have. If in order to have something different, you have to be able to do something different. So ask yourself every day, what's the one thing I'm willing to do today that I've never done before that's going to move me towards my goals? For me, I was very, very comfortable as an individual contributor. And years ago, I had a manager come to me, a senior manager, and ask me to take a management position. My gut, everything in me said, absolutely not. I don't want to be responsible for people. I did that a long time ago. I said I'd never do it again. I was nice and comfortable and wrapped in my blanket. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I would never have accomplished the things that I've accomplished if I didn't say yes in that uncomfortable moment. Giving myself the opportunity to grow and to be challenged and to do other things has allowed me to see the world. India and Singapore and all over the place I've had a chance to go on the company's dime because I said yes all of those years ago. So that yes will begin a domino effect that you can't even imagine. So taking that first step is the beginning of it all. You want to embrace learning over success. If you focus on learning and the things that are going to move you forward, the success will take care of itself. When we focus on that end result, we end up overwhelming and stressing ourselves out. Focus on the things that you need to do. See life as the opportunity to learn and grow, and you'll be amazed at how far you go. And make sure you seek success, seek support, mentors, friends, a good, strong network that's going to pick you up and dust you off when you do start to feel overwhelmed, when you do start to doubt yourself. Where do you plug into to get that spark that reminds you of just what you're capable of and keeping you moving forward? So having a good, strong support system. And if you know what success looks like for you, who's already done it? Find the people who are already doing the things that you're interested in doing and plug into that network. Surrounding yourself around people who are already successful increases your likelihood of moving beyond that 30% capability that Eric mentioned in the beginning. And one of the most important things, he talked about fear. One of our biggest fears is fear of failure. So we have to have a different relationship with failure, and you must reframe it as learning. Reframe failure as the opportunity to grow, to expand, to learn. There's no way that when you do something the first time, the likelihood of you doing it perfect is very, very slim. But we put that perfection expectation on ourselves, and it keeps us from moving forward. I'll do the things that I've been doing for a long time because I know I can do that well. So I'll just keep doing that because I'll show up as successful. But if you want to grow, if you want to expand, you have to be able to face your fear and talk it down and reset the expectations. I'm probably going to fumble this ball because this is my first time carrying it. So I'm not going to slam dunk it like a Kobe would, right? I'm not going to be a Jordan in the beginning. But the other word besides failure that I want you to intimately get to know is yet, right? I may not be good at this yet, but I know if I practice, I know if I study, I know if I stretch myself, I can get there. That keeps you hopeful, that keeps you moving forward, and it doesn't limit yourself, and it takes some of the stress off of those unrealistic expectations, gets you back to those small actionable steps that keeps you moving forward so that you have the opportunity to do something different. And then from a mindset perspective, visualization is huge. Can you see yourself being successful? Can you see yourself doing those hard things that you never thought you'd be able to do? Allow yourself to mentally get into that space. See it, feel it, smell it, touch it. no, don't just visualize within your head, but bring in as many of your senses as possible and allow yourself to mentally experience yourself in that space and start to get comfortable internally first. And then those actionable steps will start to move you there. And then celebrate those small wins. Each time you accomplish one of those small actionable steps, allow yourself to see the progress that's taking place. And we want to focus on progress over perfection. Perfectionism is something we may strive for, because when you shoot for the moon, you do end up among the stars. So we always want to put our best foot forward. We always want to give it our all. But when you frame it within this, I can't make a mistake, everything has to be perfect, you shut yourself down before you ever get started. So it's progress over perfection, one great actionable step at a time, moving forward, and you will see yourself get there. I'm Cassandra Terry, mindset coach, excited to be back with my social media family and with this particular group. This is how my Mondays began, and without you guys, something is just off. So I am glad to be back. I look forward to what this week and the weeks ahead have for us, and especially what the rest of these speakers are going to share with us today. I am excited to learn and be back in this mode. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you guys. You can follow me, Cassandra Terry, on all the forms of social, and we will continue to stretch and to grow and strive. We're going to change the narrative. We will not be those that are moving at 30% of our capability. We're going to continue to grow that percentage, one actionable step at a time. Back to you, Eric.
Wow, that was amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Another TED Talk to start us off today. We appreciate you and welcome back. We really missed you. All right, so we're going to keep going. So we're going to go from Texas all the way to California to our good friend, the financial expert. You know, people say money doesn't bring happiness. I beg to differ. I prefer to have the problems of a rich man than a poor man any day. Bring on all those big problems with the big money. All right. So anyway, so Leah Garcia, she helps people make money, save money, invest money. This is the person you need to reach out to if you have any questions about that. Okay, any questions about that, reach out to her, find out, because the last thing you want to do is wait till you're 65 before you start making decisions, right? That's the last thing you want to do. That, you know, they always say, you know, just save your money, and then when you're 65, you'll have all this money. No. Don't do that. Okay. 65 is not even promised. All right. But I won't even go into that. So let's go. By the way, she's a black belt in karate. So she's someone that's really disciplined, right? Someone I have a lot of respect for. So we're going to go out to California to talk to Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional, and my mission is to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth. And when it comes to your comfort zone, you know, Malcolm X said, that which we don't hate, we will eventually tolerate. And so many times we get in our comfort zone when it comes to money. We are so comfortable being uncomfortable that we believe our own BS. What is BS? It's our belief system. We tell ourselves this story that, you know what, I just want to be comfortable. Well, you know what does that mean? A lot of times people are uncomfortable and they can't pay their mortgage, or they don't even own a house because they believe their own BS. So I believe we should begin with the end in mind. I'm going to give you 3 quick tips to get outside of your comfort zone. And the first one is to actually begin with the end in mind. If you want to get outside of your comfort zone, how about if you try writing your own eulogy? Right? What is it that you want them to say about you when you're going to somewhere much better than here, right? What is the print that you want to leave on this earth? You know, I help families set up their living trust, and I love to help them with that because we talk about the end. We talk about the vision. We talk about the stories that they want to leave, because wealthy people don't just leave money. They leave their knowledge, their wisdom, and their tips that they earned, that they learned along the way. So that's number one, is begin with the end in mind. Number two is, first, you got to know where you are. If you wanted to get to Monterey, I'm here in beautiful downtown Monterey, California. If you wanted to get where I am, the first question I would ask you is, where are you? We got to start turning towards our money instead of having so much fear and angst and just kind of thinking that it's gonna resolve itself. It doesn't work that way. We have to know where we are if we have eventually want to get to some place that we say we want to be financially. So where are you? Download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. It's going to give you, it is my one-page financial plan that's going to give you an idea of where you are. And number three, this is huge. You got to keep score. If you're playing a game, what good is it to play the game if you are not keeping score? We are all playing the money game. However, most of us are playing this game and we don't know the rules, right? We don't know if we pass go, we get $200. We don't know if we stop there, we're going to end up in money jail. We are playing this game blindly. So we have to know that accountability is what? Is having somebody that can help us to get on track, having that mindset coach, that money mindset coach, having people who can guide you, who've already been where you want to go, and having that circle around you. You know, to me, when I think of comfort, it is truly like being asleep. People get lulled to sleep, and then they just think that they're going to arrive at financial prosperity. It doesn't happen that way. I heard the 40-40-40 plan. Most of us are going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to live off of 40% of your income. And that doesn't sound like a good story to me. So that's my time. My name is Leah Garcia. Please download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. Join me on Wednesdays for Wealthy Wednesday. With that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric F., King of Collaboration.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Leah. That was absolute fire. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for always giving value when you come here. All right. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going from California. We're coming back to the East Coast. We're coming back to the East Coast to a woman that I saw a couple of days ago. Was it a couple of days ago? Was it yesterday? It was a couple of days ago. I don't even know anymore. We had an incredible event, and I'm going to talk about that shortly. And she was there. Her and her wonderful husband were there. And you're going to see a lot of pictures and videos. Just follow us, all right? But anyway, so our speaker is a communications expert. In business, wouldn't you think that you need to know how to communicate, right? She's a communication expert. She's an expert on building relationships. Another thing you need to know, right? So you want to take notes and listen and learn from our good friend, all the way from Maryland, Amberly Shreve. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric. It's always such a pleasure and an honor to be here with you all. And, you know, I really love this topic because getting out of our comfort zone to reach new levels, this is what it's all about, right? It's essential for your growth. When you are not overstepping your boundaries, but you're opening yourself up to new experiences, right? New skills. You're going to gain confidence. You're going to have, you're going to have a little swag on you, right? You're going to feel something new and say, you know what? I really feel like this is something that I can do. And it's going to go through several steps, and you're going to feel each one of these steps. So a couple of examples of how you tie all of this together is you're going to set clear goals. Where do you think that you're going if you don't even know where to start, right? You need clear goals of where you are going. Define what you want to achieve and why. Having a clear purpose to motivate you to overcome fear and discomfort. Remember, we're either living in fear or we're living in love. And we want to make sure that we're always choosing to lead with love, because we cannot move forward if we're in fear. We're going to start small. Begin with manageable challenges to build your confidence. We're not just going to go 0 to 60. That is not achievable. You're going to get frustrated and you're going to end up not being able to move forward. So let's make sure that we are starting small in all of the areas of our growth. So that way we have gradual progress, right? Embrace our failures and issues that we go through. These things are really important. Understanding how we ended up there and how we're never going to do those things again and implement that into our lives and our business. Each setback offers valuable lessons of how we are going to contribute to our growth. Remember the 1%. Something each day towards yourself, your business, your life to increase your success and move you closer towards your goals. You're not just going to move through something completely in one day. Everything takes time. You're going to seek support. Support is huge. You need a team of people. It takes a village. It takes a village for us to grow. It takes a village for us to grow in our business. You cannot do everything on your own. Regardless of what you think, you really do need a team of people that are there to support you, and surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that are going to help guide you and offer exactly what you need in those moments. A positive mindset. You need to be able to look at things and say, okay, I'm going to break these things down versus always choosing either some sort of negative outcome. Mindset and your outlook is a huge part of your business and your life. You could easily wake up in the morning and say, okay, this is going to be an awful day. And then everything seems to have a little bit of a dark tone to it versus, you know what, I'm just going to move through this day. And whatever comes at me, I'm going to continue to choose love. And boy, aren't things a little bit brighter when we decide to lead with love? You're going to finally reflect and adjust. So as we adjust our approach as needed, when we're moving through our businesses, you are learning to adapt. You are learning to move through spaces so that way you can embrace all of these changes. All of these things are crucial. They're absolutely crucial. Your follow-up system, how you're communicating, your relationships, all of these things are a part of your growth, moving you out of your comfort zone, challenging yourself, embracing new opportunities, and truly discovering your potential and who you are. So if you are struggling in any of these areas, you just need some tips, some tricks. I am here to help provide anything that you need. Relationship building. Let's have a conversation. See where you are. See where you are so that I can bring you as much value as possible. I can be reached on all the socials, all of the socials across the board, including Keep On Sharing. Reach out to me. Let's do life together on a different level. And I wish for you all a beautiful, wonderful week.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amberly. Appreciate those words of wisdom. All right. All right. So we're going to keep on going. For me, I'm going to talk about sales. This is what I do. This is, I love to help entrepreneurs 2x, 3x, even 10x their sales. And when we're talking about something that's uncomfortable, sales is uncomfortable for most people, right? It is uncomfortable for most people. And it's something that you have to do, right? I want you to get out of the mindset that my product will sell itself, my service will sell itself. People that say that end up making no money. They're like, it's supposed to be selling itself, right? It doesn't sell itself. And stop saying things like, oh, I wasn't born a salesperson, so I can't sell, right? Look, no one's born a salesperson. You got to, once you have an offer and you believe in it and you share it, that's what you do, right? That's what entrepreneurs do. So these are just a few myths that people have, right? And I want to, bust those myths wide open, all right? One thing that you have to do to become better at selling your offer is get out of your comfort zone. So a lot of people tell me, oh, by the way, if you are on LinkedIn, I don't know, for some reason, LinkedIn, I don't know if it's showing here, but put a comment in LinkedIn. And if you can, go to YouTube. You can follow me or some other folks here on YouTube also. Just go to Eric F. King and put a comment in there. We want to hear from more people. All right. All right. So one thing that I found is a lot of people are afraid to have conversations, right, with others regarding their product or service because they don't want to sound pushy, right? So this is what they do. They put the price of their offer right on their website, right? So, you know, if you get this, that's $1,000. If you want this, that's $5,000. If you want this, that's $10,000. And then they wait and look at their cart and there's no money in there, right? And you know, I laugh because people actually think that's going to work, and it never does. Now, if your offer is $50, yeah, you probably find some people that will do that. But if you have a big business or you want a big business and you have a high ticket offer, no one is going to buy your $5,000, $3,000, $2,000 offer if you don't talk to them, right? So you have to learn how to talk to them, right? You have to learn how to get on a call, how to build rapport, how to control the call, right? And how to make your offer, right? And this is something that I know it's uncomfortable, and I don't have enough time to go through, you know, how you do that because it's just not enough time. But it's something you have to do because the biggest expense in your business is lost sales. The biggest expense. Okay. If you're not able to do that, last month you lost some money. This month you're going to lose more. Next month you're going to lose more. And you don't even know how much you're losing because you're not talking to people or you're not being able to close, right? So one thing you have to do is have to control the call and ask the right questions, okay? You want to know what they want. You want to know what their problems are. And if you want more information on this, if I were you, I would just grab my ebook. Just go to CompassionateCloser.com. CompassionateCloser.com. You'll be able to get a lot of information that can help you with this. And then if you want to take it to a higher level, then book an appointment with me. I have a class coming up, Compassionate Closer Coaching, which I can help you with that. But just remember, you've made all the money you can make in your comfort zone. Let me repeat. You have made all the money you can make in your comfort zone. It's time for you to expand your comfort zone so you can make more and you can do more. And lastly, the reason why I talk about money so much is because it affects everything else we do. Right. It affects everything else we do. If we just had an event a couple of days ago. It's because of money that we were able to stay in a luxurious Hilton hotel. If we didn't have money, we'd go to the Super 8. Right. I mean, that's just the way it is. Right. The reason why people say, well, Eric, that was the best dinner I've ever had is because we're able to, afford good things. Reason why we went on a cruise is because we had money to do so. Right. And, so money is important. If you want good health, you have to eat healthy. You have to pay for the food. Right. Why do people go to McDonald's every day? Because it's cheap. Right. So stop telling yourself that money is not important because you'll just suffer. I don't want you to suffer. All right. All right. So let's keep going. Let's keep going to our next speaker. And by the way, I'll put Compassionate Closer in here for you in a second. But that's how you reach me. All right. So let's go on to our next speaker. And our next speaker, now we're going, by the way, I'm in Virginia. Okay. Now we're going all the way to UK. And we actually had someone from UK at our event, Coral, who's here today. So Coral, kudos to you all the way from the UK. Unbelievable. It was so much fun. It was so much fun seeing you. All right. So we're going to my good friend, Annie Osong in the UK. He is a marketing genius. If you ever want to know how to market your business, start taking notes now, right? He helped me tremendously. I paid him and he helped me to build a big business on LinkedIn and meet a lot of people. I would have not met Cassandra if it wasn't for Annie. I don't think I would have met Leah, I believe. Yeah, I wouldn't have met Leah if it wasn't for Annie. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. My life would not be complete if I didn't meet those two. Okay. All right. So we are going out to our good friend, the guy that will make you famous, Annie Osong. The floor is yours.
Okay, good afternoon, my friends. Happy Monday as always. Great to see you all. I saw the pictures, Eric. They look very good from your event. I was jealous. I saw people in elegant gowns and dresses and suits. I'm like, wow, look at that black tie event. And congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Look, our topic today right now is, I think it's one of the business 101 issues. Really, it is. If we love to do the same thing, Cassandra says we're not stay in the same place. Believe you me, in business, there's two ways. There's only two ways. There's only two ways. Either you're growing or you're dying. Take your pick. To stay where you are doing the same thing tells me, much like Eric has said, suggests that you got to where you want to not to be. You got enough money, you got enough success, you help enough people. You've got there, right? You've arrived, you've achieved. If that's not you, your comfort zone is the worst place you want to be. You want to leave there very quickly. And I suppose doing new thing is where everything is at. Everything is about doing new things. Of course, you want to form new partnerships, take new opportunities. But what about how about you think a bit more about what you're doing in business and find solutions and create new solutions for your clients? Everyone here, Eric's event is new. It wasn't here 3 months ago. Again, Leah's ebook wasn't there when I met Leah a year ago. Cassandra's new book wasn't there, a few weeks ago. I'm saying doing new things. I think Amberley was somewhere else. Doing new things is where everything is at. I said, but to many of us would rather die than think. Let's get thinking. But this, I guess when I talk to people I work with, I try and gauge how much they understand their target audience, their ideal clients. Do they really know their ideal clients? Do they know what the people really need? If they do, how are you going to meet that need better tomorrow? Doing the same thing you've been doing, it'll only take you as far as today. What are you going to do tomorrow, my friends? How are you going to, if you're not going to serve your customers better than you're doing today, guess what? Someone else will. And then you'll be left behind. Let's not just chase new things for the sake of chasing new things. Let's think strategically. Let's have a plan. Let's know our audience. And then the things that align with what you're trying to achieve will fall in your lap. And then you say, yes, I'll do it. Yes, as Cassandra said, if you fail, so what? You learn, right? But imagine if you do win, you learn and you earn. Oh man, life is a beautiful thing. It really is. Your comfort zone is the last place you want to be. Don't stay there at all. Run away very quickly. Explore new opportunities. Create new things. You can. Do you really believe in yourself? Because that's where this getting out of your comfort zone really matters. If you believe in yourself, create new things. Find new opportunities. And literally just deliver more. That's just how life goes. If you manage those things, my friends, then what Eric talks about, making more money, it will be just part of the course. It really will be. And of course, again, as Cassandra said, going forward, it might be very hard. But nothing in life is easy. Breaking into new customers, new markets, it's not easy. Having new conversations is not easy. Yes, you will fail. We all do. But we learn. And when we get it right, the joys, the happiness, and the sense of validation of who we really are, how great we are. Everything builds from escaping your comfort zone and daring to dream and daring to do. I'll leave at that, Eric.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. I love it. You are so blunt sometimes. It's like I'm a good cop, you're the bad cop. You say it, I'm like, whoa, I can't believe you said that. I love it though. Like people need that sometimes, right? Good friend said some people need a kick in the pants. I had a good friend used to say that. Some people need a kick in the pants. So awesome. We appreciate you. All right. So I want to ask you guys, I don't see myself. If anybody sees me on Instagram, let me know. Send me a message somehow. Say, I see you. I just want to know if I'm there. All right. If I just think I'm there. All right. So just let me know. All right. Also, let's see. Also, we need some questions. We have time for questions. We need some questions. Please put your questions in there. There's no dumb question. All right. There is somebody listening right now on YouTube. There's somebody on LinkedIn right now that has a burning question for us. And I implore you, I encourage you, I challenge you to put that question in the comments so we can answer the question and we can help you and help other people, right? Don't be selfish because we can help other people too, all right? Okay, so having said that, before we get to Carl's question, I just want to mention that we had a great time at the event. I know a lot of people want to know how it went. I'm going to be putting out a lot of pictures, a lot of videos over the next few days, so you'll see it all. Okay, well, not all, but you'll see clips of it. We started out with the cruise on Friday. It was a beautiful cruise. It's funny because you don't know all the things you can do on a cruise. We were dancing, they were doing the electric slide, they're doing all of that on the cruise, right? It was fun. It was fun. A lot of people were there. Great food, great fun. And then we had the mastermind event on Saturday where people like Tanya Tyler spoke on leadership. We had Carl spoke on mindset. We had Latoya, she spoke on implementing business strategies. I spoke on building relationships and marketing. So we learned a lot and it was so interactive, right? So that's why I encourage all of you to come to the next one. It's so interactive. Everybody spoke, right? And we were building, we literally had teams where each team had a business that they had to come up with and market their business based on the principles we just taught them. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I know I'm biased, but it was brilliant. All right. It was brilliant. So I appreciate all the people that had a hand in putting it together. Okay. Had a hand in putting it together. Amberly did an incredible job speaking there, and her husband too. Incredible job. And we split them up so they were not a team. They were not a team, right? We don't do that. Everybody has to, So we learned a lot. So I encourage all of you to come to the next one. We're gonna have another one, and it's gonna be even bigger and better. And I want you all to come. And then we had the gala night, which was incredible. Like Annie said, look, people dressed to the nines. It was incredible. We had a lot of fun. There was great food, great cake. We had a cake with a picture of all of us on the cake, like a screenshot of our meeting. And I'm gonna post that, right? A lot of games and prizes. I gave out a lot of money. I'm now going to go into debt because of. I'm just joking, but I give out a lot of money because I love to give, right? A lot of awards, right? You're going to see that. So what I just want to say is the next one, I want to see all of you there. I want to see all of you there so we can even grow our family even bigger. We're not just a meetup group. we are, we're a family. So having said that, let's get to our questions. Let's see. I know Carl had a question here, and here it is. All right. Can you all share your experience of coming out of your comfort zone? How did that feel for you? All right. Anybody have an experience of coming out of their comfort zone? Go ahead, Annie, and let's all keep it short so we can go around the room. All right. Go ahead.
Every day I come out of my comfort zone. Seriously, every day when I get up, when I sit here and I do my work, I'm always trying new things. We don't talk in a vacuum, right? We talk reality. So last week, a couple of my friends said, right, Annie, there's a reason why businesses don't work. I'm like, okay, there's many reasons, right? Well, we can help them. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. What are you thinking? So I asked them. I said, let's do another audio event to tackle this issue. And let's pool our services to help more people. Right. Of course I'm in. Something new, something that can help more people. Of course I'm going to be there. So we've got new audio rooms starting, I think, next Friday. I said, that's just one of the things I'm doing. I said, and this happens every day. people give me that, they come with ideas, initiatives to help more people, I will say yes, always. I'll leave it at that.
All right. I like how you set an alarm for yourself. Saved by the bell. We appreciate you, Eddie. All right, Cassandra, go ahead.
Certainly. So I know you guys are accustomed to seeing me in this little box on the screen, talking my head off, but this has only been going on for about a year. A little bit over a year ago, I was very uncomfortable on camera. And I actually stumbled upon a course that somebody, this lady Jamie, was doing on Facebook called Get on Camera. And she was giving a free 5-day challenge where she would allow us to go live within a private group so that we could start to get comfortable. And every day, I would join her challenge, push myself, whatever she taught us that day. Then we would practice that particular thing in the group. And her thing was, the reason it worked is every day she was giving us a little bit of knowledge. She was giving us an actionable step that we could take that was moving us closer to actually hitting the go live button. But I had done some videos, and I would pre-record the videos as many times as it took. And then when I was satisfied, I would put it out there. But the thought of just going live, looking at a screen and speaking scared me out. What if I run out of things to say? What if I make a mistake? What if all of these what ifs, the same thing that happens in everybody else's mind was happening in mine in that scenario. All of those things have happened. And I've done this for so long now that when those things happen, they get incorporated into the live. They become a part of the conversation. So the fear of something going wrong doesn't exist anymore. It's going to happen at some point in time, and it's going to be okay. Just like everything that has happened up to this point has eventually become okay. The things that you don't know now, the things that you're great at now, there was a time when you knew nothing. You didn't know how to do it, but you took that first step and the skills began to build. So just remember that, how resilient you are, and just put yourself out there one small actionable step at a time. But I wouldn't be here today if I'd stayed in my comfort zone. You'd see videos of me, but you'd never be able to interact because I was afraid of making a mistake on camera. So I've definitely pushed myself out over the last year, and I know all of you guys because of that.
Wow, that's amazing testimonial right there. Wow, like I would have never known. Right? You see, folks, you just never know, right? We all have things that scare us, and a lot of times, nobody will find out about us if we didn't fight that fear. Awesome. Somebody else put up their hand. Who was it? Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, this is such a great question. It's really the power of the mastermind. We all have blind spots. We have areas that we don't even know that are there. Annie alluded to it earlier. I've been teaching the Wall of Wealth to my clients for years. I never thought of creating an ebook. So getting outside of my comfort zone was creating this ebook that I wouldn't have even thought of if it weren't for the great Annie. So it's really just about shoring up those blind spots, having this mastermind collaboration, having other people who can help you to see that greatness and brilliance that's within you that you weren't even aware of. So send it back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you. Amberly, go ahead.
So one of the areas that I have been pushing myself to be more comfortable in is public speaking. And it is, I don't want to say it's a fear. It is just incredibly uncomfortable. So I'm starting to do that more. And I actually had the opportunity to stand in front of the group and speak at Eric's event on Saturday. And that, again, was uncomfortable, but it's starting to get easier. And Coral was actually there to stand next to me and help me to feel more comfortable speaking in front of a group. So there are pieces of things that, we're just looking to expand. And I think there's nothing wrong with being uncomfortable in those spaces, because it's really pushing us to have growth and stretch us. So those are some of the pieces that I'm working on currently. But I think as we move through those spaces, it is helping us grow into the best expansion of ourselves.
Awesome. That's incredible. And by the way, you did an incredible job speaking. And you know what's funny? When you were talking about that, I realized that when I was watching you speak, I couldn't tell that you're nervous. I couldn't tell that you don't like. To me, you just look poised. You are a poised speaker, right?
Thank you.
That's why I think it's important for us to realize that if you haven't done something before, it doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to start. Just have to have the courage to start. Someone was talking about the fear of getting on camera. And Cassandra talked about it, and I had the same fear. I've only been on camera, I think 4 years now. And there are two ladies that I followed that I used to follow. One, her name is Ayori, Iyore, Ayori. She's on LinkedIn. She's everywhere. She's a network marketer, and she sells her products and everything. And she's from Nigeria. She has a really thick accent. And I would watch her and say, wow, if she can do it, I know I can. Like, I'd be just watching her, right? Another lady, her name is Yolanda Kennerly, okay? And Yolanda was a speaker at my last event. If you saw it, she spoke about video marketing and showing up on video. I used to watch her, and she was so good on video. I'm like, wow, if I could be half as good as Yolanda, right? And then one day I just decided to do it. Well, I already forced me to do it. She said, Eric, enough with the questions. Just put on the camera and start. I said, Bob, okay, so what if my lighting isn't right? Do it anyway. Okay, well, I heard I have to get a microphone. Just talking to your phone. You're good. And she got me to start, right? And now I have done hundreds and hundreds of videos. I have done hundreds of webinars. And now you guys see me and you think, oh, he's been doing it forever. And then real quick too, some of you have seen me in the studio room. Now, I have been speaking on stage for a long time, right? 20 years I've been speaking. I'm comfortable speaking on stage in front of hundreds of people, even thousands of people. I'm comfortable, but I never spoke in a studio before, which is very different. You have to stand in this particular place. You have to look a certain way. That you don't hear the crowd because it's a Zoom. It's like a big Zoom. So it's uncomfortable. You're just hearing yourself. So before I was going to go out, my photographer asked me, he said, are you nervous? I said, yeah, I've never done this before, but I'll do it though. And I'll get through it. Now I coach people on speaking in my studio. And this is like after 4 months, you know what I mean? So now people look at me and say, oh, he's been doing that forever. You see? So, you just have to start. You just have to start and you'll get better. All right. So another question is, have you ever had the opportunity to get out of your comfort zone, but you didn't take it and did you regret it later? Ooh, that's a good question. Is there anything that you should have done that you didn't and ended up regretting it? That is a good question. And I'm stalling because I'm trying to think of something. That is a great. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Eddie.
I'm gonna cheat and flip it on his head.
Okay.
And so every day, I think we have opportunities that I'm sure we can't take all of them. We just can't. So I think for me, it's very important to remember what we're trying to do in business, what our goal is, what our vision is. And then I think we have to take opportunities that align with that, with what we're trying to achieve. Like I said earlier, if it helps my clients, I normally say yes. And there are many things that don't help my clients, and I happily say no. I think it's about knowing who we are, where we're going, as Cassandra said earlier. What are we trying to achieve? And then almost picking the things that truly gets us there. We can't do everything. There's no point me trying to be a car mechanic today because someone gave me the chance. There's really no point, right? But knowing that a book I could help someone write, something that's aligned that can really help my clients, I would never say no. Do many of them fail? Yes. Well, you learn, right? You learn and then you improve. Nothing's going to be different tomorrow if I don't do anything new. I can't say that enough. Nothing's going to be different tomorrow if I just keep doing the same thing. So that's the way I look at it. Hopefully, I answered your question, Coral.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I actually have one that I want to share. Yeah, this is a good one. So there was a guy I saw online many years ago. I think it was like 10 years ago. His name is Vince. I'm trying to remember his last name. He's like a 7-figure, 8-figure earner now. Vince something. I forgot. Yeah, maybe you know. I think you know who it is. Yeah, Vince. I can't remember his name. But anyway, he teaches people how to market online. I saw his video and he was selling a program. I think it was $175 or something to learn how to market yourself online. And I thought it was a scam. I was like, this guy's a scam artist. I was like everybody else. If you're online and you're making money, you're scamming people, right? And I'm like, and I'm like, this is too good to be true. He's saying all these things he'll help you do that. So I like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then 10 years later or so, I get back online and then I see him again doing an ad. He was doing an ad. And I said, that's the guy. That's the dude, right? So I click on it and it says book an appointment. I'm like, I'm booking an appointment now. I'm ready now. I book an appointment. And we go over everything. I said, so how much is it? He said, $9,997, $10,000. I'm like, oh, you raised your prices a little bit. I said, I remember when you had it for 175. He said, yeah, that's back when I first started. But now we have like 265 testimonials. We have people making 6 figures, a couple people making 7 figures now. And I'm looking at him like, oh my goodness, I could have joined back then, right? So that was a regret. That was a regret, right? No, I didn't pay the 10,000. I didn't pay it. I said, I'll get back to you. But I could have started, but out the fear. Now looking back, that was a silly fear, $100 and something. But I didn't have the right mindset. So that was something I regret. All right. So Leah, go ahead.
Is it Victor Antonio? Is that who you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
Vince.
That's who came to my mind. This is a deep question. Oh my gosh. I used to have the fear of speaking up, right? Speaking my mind, because I was told as a child, just sit there, be quiet. You're a child. You're not supposed to be, seen and not heard, all of those kinds of things. And there was a situation where a friend of mine who was going through some medical challenges, and he was really reaching out, asking people for some encouragement. And we're all sitting around the table and people were, sharing what they felt was appropriate. And I knew that I had something I wanted to say to him. I just knew that I did, but I didn't. And unfortunately, he passed away and I never got an opportunity to say those things that I wanted to say to him. And so now every time if I do feel intimidated or lack of courage to share my thoughts, I always reflect back on that. Your brilliance is there. Your inspiration is there, and it's put there for you to share it. But sometimes we don't listen to that message because we think about ourselves. See, I was more focused on me and how I might look rather than focus on those words that I felt I needed to share with him. And when we focus on ourselves, we're not going to be courageous. But when we focus on others, then suddenly we become much more courageous. So that's what I wanted to share. Hand it back to you, Eric.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'll call if you're on. Please help me check Instagram before 8 so I can know if I'm actually on. Appreciate it. All right. I want to thank all the people that are on. We have a lot of people on today. Let's see. We have Okare, welcome, all the way from the UK. Cordelia, she was at our event. She did a great job speaking as well. She was at our event over the weekend. Let's see. Leslie Flowers, thank you so much for all your support. You come on all our calls. So we really appreciate all of you. All right. Did anybody else put up their hand? I just want to know. No, okay. All right. So let me all right. So we have about 5 minutes to go. Takeaways, anybody? Takeaways, anything you want to share as a final last word? I want us to finish in 5 minutes, and then we'll end it for today. All right. Any last words? Go ahead, Amberly.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on, coming out of our comfort zone really provides an opportunity for us to explore new areas of our life. So, before I would never have done some of the stuff that I've done. Even just Eric, not just meeting you, but even Sean. It's so funny, and I know I've brought this up before, but when I met Sean on your networking event, and he's like, I wasn't even on social media, and he says, well, how do you think you're going to promote yourself? I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll have conversations. And he's like, no, you have to be on social media. And then I get on social media, and he's like, well, you really need to do videos. And I'm like, hold on a minute. You want me to be on social media and now I have to do videos? Are you kidding me right now? I can't do videos. I can't do all these things. And it has, and I encourage each person to go at your pace and ease into things. But I will tell you, business definitely brings you into a different type of comfort zone where you are going to be pushed. You are going to do things that you never thought that you would do. But I will tell you, it is an incredible experience that is going to bring so much joy, because there are so many people out there that are watching you and saying, you know what? If she can do that, I can do that. And you're really going to be inspiring others. So just think about, all the things that you're feeling. So many other people have felt those things. So that's why it's so important. And I encourage each and every one of you is to find your tribe, find your support system, find the people that that are really going to push you and understand who you are, because they've been where you are and they're going to help you to push you to achieve your goals.
Thank you so much. Did you tell us how we can reach you?
Oh, yes. You can reach me on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Alignable, TikTok, LinkedIn. Keep on sharing. You can reach me on all of those. And you guys, I have an event coming up July 13th. I put the information in the chat there in the comments. Please reach out. I would love to connect with you and share how I can bless and serve you. Everybody have a great week.
Awesome. Thank you so much. By the way, the guy's name is Vince Reed. I checked it. I put it in the chat. Vince Reed. Check him out. He has great content. He's helped a lot of people over the last 10 years. He's not cheap. So if you're going to get on a call with him, have your pocketbook out and your check ready. He used to be cheap 10 years ago. Anyway, all right. So go ahead, Cassandra.
Thank you, Eric. What I'd like to leave everybody with is, don't put a stop sign where a yield sign will do. Sometimes we hit difficulties, the obstacles come, and that's when you want to lean into your resilience and start to think about how do I move over, under, around, through this situation? It does not have to be the end. It's not a stop sign. It's not a period. It's a comma. It's a yield, a place for you to stop and think and be strategic and move forward. And that's where you really can lean into your history. I'm not a big proponent of looking backwards, but that's one place, because when you look backwards, you will see every hill that you've ever climbed, every situation that you've ever come through. And instead of leaning into the negative emotions, the difficulties of what those situations were, lean into the pride and the resilience of the fact that you've moved beyond those things to get to where you are today. It's proof that you're able to do hard things, that you can keep moving forward. You can overcome whatever obstacles arise. So when that next obstacle comes, not a stop sign, yield, think, and continue to move forward. I do have a community. You guys can meet me on all the socials as well under my name. I am building my SOAR community. That's a result of the book that I released back in March. So you can go to Join SOAR now, and become a part of the community where we have conversations like this and others on a daily basis. Inspiration, motivation, a community that can help you continue to move forward. So check out joinsoarnow.com.
Awesome. Thank you
I'm
so
sorry,
much.
joinsoarnow.today.
Today.
Today.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
All right.
welcome.
We have like a minute or so. Annie, you want to tell us how they can reach you?
So LinkedIn's my home, my friend. So connect with me on LinkedIn. I will normally accept a connection invite.
Awesome.
I guess my last point really would be believe in yourselves, my friends. Believe in yourselves. If you believe in yourselves, anything is possible, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Believe in yourself. That's a great way to end. All right, folks. So we're going to go ahead and end it. For me, I'm Eric F. King on all social media platforms. I release videos every day. And if you want to connect with me with regard to my ebook or my coaching, is compassionatecloser.com. So thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to be here in 7 days. We are here every Monday.
I think Leah was going to speak.
Oh, Leah, really?
Yeah.
I thought she, I'm sorry. I thought she spoke.
That's okay. Really, really quick. I would say I've heard it said, have the goal to become a multimillionaire, not for the money, but for the person you have to become in order to achieve that. And Amberly said it earlier. My mentor taught me if you focus on just getting 1% better every day, in 100 days, you'll be 100% better. It's doing little steps that over time equate to huge results. We call that Kaizen, right? It's those seemingly little steps that over time compound and compounding to have huge results. So with that, I send it back to you, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know, Annie. I can't believe I didn't see her. Has everybody concluded? Okay, good. All right. Based on what Leah said, I watched something years ago by Jim Rohn. He said, any 5 years you can change your life. You can be a millionaire in 5 years, whether you're 20 to 25, 30 to 35, 50 to 55, 70 to 75. In the last 3 years, I've written books, I've created coaching programs, I've started groups, I've done events, like just in a few years, right? So you can change your life. All right. So with that, on that note, it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be here with you this morning. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.